Good evening.
I was holding my breath that whole time.
Were you really?
For like the last 10 seconds.
Why? Because
Because I was behind and I had to do a bunch of stuff.
The pre-ramble stream was very engaging, so
Yes.
we were rushing. We
Yes.
actually almost didn't start the prelude on time because we were
Almost
talking
missed
so
it.
much.
Almost missed it.
Yeah. Anyway, good evening and welcome, Ramblers, to Ramblestream episode number 103. We're back. We got another lively program for you. We're going to be rambling, as always, and we got 52 people on so far. I think that's going to go up once they get a chance to look at our lovely mugs.
Oh yeah, Straw Dog asks, "You guys cold?" What? Does it look like we're cold or something? We're definitely not wearing flannels and jackets and stuff.
It's getting chillier out here.
The time change has begun.
The time change has begun. It's darker,
which automatically makes me cold, just in general. Less sunlight for me equals bad.
Beautiful sunrise this morning, though.
Yeah, beautiful. I find that we're gonna go real quick here. The sunrises and sunsets 2 weeks post time change, gorgeous. And then hell comes and it's in the form of a gray cloud. And it stays.
Yeah, this spring, I think it was right around the time of the time change. I think it's because your clock is a little off, but I took pictures every morning out of my window of the sunrise at exactly the same time. And it was really cool. Some of them were stormy, some of them were.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway,
anyway,
back on track here. We have some folks in the chat. We got lots of comments. We're coming in with a controversial ramble topic this evening, and we're kicking it off here. The most dangerous motorcycle in the world
ever to exist.
14 horsepower.
It's terrifying.
It is terrifying. And but first,
who are you?
My name is Richard Worsham, co-founder and head of design here at Janus Motorcycles. I ramble with a Kawasaki KLR 650. It's a Gen 2. And 1905 Halcyon 250. No, a 2017 Halcyon 250, number 68. And this evening, I am sipping on Wolfert Reserve Starter Sugar Shine.
Yummy.
Which is, you could probably run a Halcyon 250 on.
Probably.
It packs a punch.
It's spicy.
Jansen, who are you?
My name is Jansen. I want to say hi to Bullet Wanderer 94 Run on Instagram real quick. Howdy, Richard and Jansen, and the little hand wave. Hello. Good to see you here. If you're on Instagram, we can't see your chats, but that shouldn't stop you from chatting. Go ahead. Every once in a while, I stop and look over there. My name is Jansen. I'm coming to you live also from the Ramblestream studio, the Ramble studio, sipping on some starter. And oh boy, do I feel started. And I ramble on a future Phoenix 450. Thank goodness. In a couple years, of course. First comment on the stream is none other than old Kelly. And this guy, he commented at 5:49 p.m. Now, I don't know if he was just like chilling, live stream soon, I'm going to comment, or if he was waiting for this moment so that he could be first comment. But Kelly, congratulations. Here's a high five just for you. I'll drink an Orange Crush in your honor tonight, maybe.
Got a couple back here.
Yeah, we do. This one's all you.
We got Bob Benstead, Sturgis, South Dakota. I won't be around for the last stream, so I'll have to watch it later.
Oh, well.
Good to see you on the stream anyway.
Yep. See you on the VOD, the video on demand. And then you got this goober here. Who is that? What's up, Texas Moto Dad? Hello, Richard and Mr. Crush, 1992. I don't know can I have that title? Am I allowed to have that? That feels like a Kelly. Oh, he's talking to Kelly.
Oh,
guaranteed.
That's what he's doing, yeah.
Hello, Richard and Mr. Crush, 1992 BMW K75S, sipping on some Maker's Mark on the rocks. Cheers to our fellow ramblers. Cheers.
Russ Peters, That left 450. He's given us the backstory here. Lots of backstory. But he's still working in West Columbia, Texas with his Nortons and his CBs. And
You're not going to read them all?
No, I'm not. Riverside 250. And he's drinking salt water?
That's crazy.
All right.
Hey, whatever floats your goat.
Jansen and I were trying to figure out how to pronounce this. Dewey Guid.
Dewey Guid. Doing good. Bill Maxey here on the chat as well. Anticipating my Halcyon 450 build number 420. Blaze it up. Got picks today, and they great. They look great. I'm assuming is what autocorrect did you dirty. They look great. Sipping on some Jim Beam peach whiskey. That sounds pretty good. Oh, we've got some more.
A little backstory here.
More backstory from
Russell
Russell
Peters.
Peters.
Along with y'all can read the comments.
Got Carburetor Crazies, aka Confide Yank, aka I feel like there's another one. Well, yo, I'll introduce on Twitch. LOL. He's our only Twitch viewer and moderator. All in one. What's up, early crew? Who else we got in here? We've got Rev Free Moto. Oh no, my whole house is fighting the stomach bug. It's a lovely time, but glad to be here. Well, hopefully, I don't know what else to say other than good luck. Cheers. Randy Howe. That's a new name. That one's all you.
Randy Howe. Buying a Janus and riding it home to Cleveland is on my bucket list. Oh, that's a bucket list item that I think we can help you with.
Randy, you can go to www.janusmotorcycles.com.
We're actually sponsored by Janus Motorcycles.
It's crazy, but we are sponsored by Janus Motorcycles. So if you use the link at the top of the description, we'll get a kickback.
We'll be able to continue to have the studio.
And by kickback, we mean
we'll exist.
We'll exist for another day. Who else? We've got Centec in here. He says, feel better, rev free, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a lot of people in here. Janus doesn't upgrade carbs that always talk. Who we got to hear? What are we talking about?
We skipped a lot of comments.
We did skip a lot of comments. And by we, new to JM. Okay.
We got Chapa says new to JM, so just looking for some insight.
Okay. We got to dig back.
What's this? Okay. I thought.
Okay. Further. More. We're going to get to the root.
Dig deeper.
Okay. Nope. More. One more. Okay. Here we go.
So this is about a dangerous bike. I have a chance to buy a 250 number 656, just over 5K miles, and in an accident which apparently has been all fixed for $3,400. Good purchase or no?
That feels like a great.
I think I may know which bike that was. And I believe if it's the one I'm thinking about, we actually did the repair work. So it's
mint.
If it's in Ohio, then I think it's Cincinnati.
Yeah. Choppa, you got a factory refurbished
that's a good bike
right there.
But if you have any questions about any bike, you can give us a call, and if we know the story, we can, which we often do, not always, we can help you out with that. Here's the next part of the comment. Yeah, that's yep. She's just said Janus themselves tuned the upgraded carb, so not sure, but appears to new stock parts. Yep.
I know who this is too.
I know who this is. It's a good bike. Very good deal.
Oh, wait, we got it. Confetti Yank from Twitch. Hey guys, if you guys have a Twitch account, go over there and follow us. I don't normally see Twitches either. Yes, I do. We see you in this chat here. Jansen keeps saying that he's getting a bike, but he drives a plug-in car. So, hey, Janus McWriter.
Sirius Blatt, we got to get this comment here.
Okay.
Because talking about a car that I hear to my heart. He says, dangerous. My Caterham has 84 horsepower, 660cc turbo triple, and weighs 440 kilograms. No ABS, no power steering, no airbags or crash bars. Doors and windscreen are optional extras. Caterham is kind of the descendant. I don't even know if this is not accurate, but it's the descendant of like the Lotus 7. And they're just like an open-wheeled rocket ship little car with very low horsepower relative for what you'd imagine. It's like a Miata that's lighter.
How?
They are amazing. They're just really, really, really neat.
Richard, one day we should both buy little Miatas and make a video just ripping. Maybe that can be for our membership channel. Oh my.
We can do super chats and we'll buy a
Yeah, everyone's super chat to go toward Richard and I's Miata funds.
Don't do that.
Don't. Speaking of super chats, though, you guys can still do that. But we've got great news. Richard, do you want to tell them?
We have very exciting news that this evening is the last night that we will be using this blasted monitor, which has actually been cutting out on us. Well, I think we might have fixed it.
I think I fixed it.
But it was cutting out on us earlier in the evening. Next week, sometime this week, our new monitor is scheduled for a delivery.
Let's go. What a joyous occasion that will be.
Yes. We're very, very excited. So, yeah. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers to the departure of the old monitor.
Yeah. Please. See you later. Richard, I think it might be time for a poem.
All right. Great. Well, I thought this would be a good seasonal poem.
Yes.
This is a poem called My November Guest by the great Robert Frost. My sorrow, when she's here with me, thinks these dark days of autumn rain are beautiful as days can be. She loves the bear, the withered tree. She walks the sodden pasture lane. Her pleasure will not let me stay. She talks, and I am fain to list. She's glad the birds are gone away. She's glad her simple worsted gray is silver now with clinging mist. The desolate, deserted trees, the faded earth, the heavy sky, the beauties she so truly sees, she thinks I have no eye for these, and vexes me for a reason why. Not yesterday I learned to know the love of bare November days, before the coming of the snow, but it were vain to tell her so, and they are better for her praise. There you go.
Nice November poem.
November poem.
Confetti Yang said, Jansen, no interrupting poem time now.
Thank you.
We didn't. I'm alive. We did it. We not only are getting a new monitor, we got some upgrades coming our way to the Ramblestream studio.
We do. You're the tech man. Talk us about.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily important, but it was more or less a segue
to
get us to where I think what I'm personally excited about and what I think you guys should all be excited about too. We briefly talked about a membership last week.
Yeah.
So I've just submitted all the information that needs to be submitted to start that. I'm waiting to hear back from YouTube themselves to get the okay. But if everything works out, which it should, you guys will have the ability to invest further into the Ramblestream studio. And what we do here for $5 a month, for $4.99 a month, you're going to get access to, I feel like I'm on an infomercial. You're going to get access to the pre-ramble. So whenever we get everything set up, we're going to start the stream. And you guys can tune in and hang out and drink whatever you're drinking and contribute to the insanity that is the first 20 minutes of the stream that you guys don't normally see.
What happens during the countdown?
We'll still be chilling.
We'll be in the background.
Yeah, we'll be chilling with them.
No kidding. Awesome.
While the countdown is going, and then we'll all merge together and be on the same.
And it's
stream.
automatic. They just go right in.
I think so. Yeah, as far as my research shows. So that'll be cool. But you also get members only short form content. So just some reels of us chilling. Of you chilling, doing whatever. Cool. And you get early access to all the videos that we're posting on YouTube. So just some.
So long form, real videos we'll post it and they'll get access to them first?
Early, yeah.
No kidding.
So you guys get to be a part of the
I literally am just learning this. This is great. This is cool.
It's going to be really cool. So it's not available yet. We'll let you guys know when it is. It'll probably be tomorrow, but we'll announce it next Monday. But that's coming. If you guys want access to just a little bit more of Richard and everything he does at Janus, then you can do that.
I actually subscribe to some channels that I get early access to videos like that, and I didn't think about that we could do that. So
it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. You just getting more and more embedded into the community, which you guys everyone here is already a diehard Janus fan. You guys are all ramblers to the core. So this is just another thing that you guys can do if you want to be more of a Ramblestream fan.
There we go. Or not. if you
Or
don't want
not. You don't have to if you don't want to. But $5 a month, I mean, that's cheap. Come on. Come on.
One Starbucks coffee.
For only 1 penny a day.
Well,
Now,
cool.
On to a fan favorite segment. Builds of the week.
Brought to you by Mitch McLean.
Mitch McLean.
One of these days, we're going to have Mitch in here and actually do the build of the week.
We have to. It has to be. It has to be.
Carry him away from his family on a Monday night.
A dinner.
Yeah.
A nice dinner with his family.
Okay, so first up we have, it's a good name, Richard.
Wow.
Imagine that.
Is this yours?
On the stream. There's a Richard, and he has a 450. It's a Halcyon, and it's number 401.
Yes. Guesses.
Okay. I'm going to say, man, that's a hard one. Odie Green.
Odie Green. Okay, I need to see everyone's guesses in the chat.
Everyone.
I'm going to guess. Oh wait, hold on. Jeff Blind says, "Hi Jeff. Janus was featured on OnShape Design home screen this week."
Yeah, that's a cool little announcement, real quick. Thank you, Jeff. OnShape is our CAD. It's our cloud-based CAD and product release management software, and we've been working with them. They did a feature on us over the summer, and if you go to the login screen, there's our image of a Griffin 450 featured for the month of November.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's got the R&D folks pretty excited.
That's nice. I like that. It's like a homage. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm seeing some blues, black, vintage red from Len. Okay, I'm going to guess. I can't. You know what? We haven't seen a cream orange.
I almost said cream.
Speed Racer says orange. I mean, that would be shocking. I'm here for it. I hope you're right, but I'm going to guess cream.
It's been done.
I'm going to guess cream.
Cool.
I feel like we both picked some safe options here.
Pretty safe.
How does that knurling done on the? Is that laser?
Knurling? No, it's actually a die that spins, and it's just has little teeth on it, and it rolls up on the lathe and just cuts the knurls into it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like barbells. When they like have that grip on them. They do that the same way.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. There's the very dangerous front horizontal
Leading link suspension. Yeah.
Very dangerous. Someone is ringing the doorbell.
Guess they're out of luck. You got a Saddle Brown. Saddle Brown would go with both of our color choices.
Yes, it would. We're getting closer.
Top plate, handlebars, exhaust. Ooh. No, it can't be that. That's no. What is that?
What? Is
What
that
color is that?
Like a
Is that
a brown?
root beer? Wow.
That looks so good.
It's really nice. You know what this reminds me of is yeah, it is.
Whoa.
Look at that. When we were really into mopeds, there was like this famous Puch Maxi color scheme. It was called the UPS Puch, and they were like the most desirable.
That's
but they were
funny.
brown with orange pinstripe.
Orange
or not orange, sorry, gold.
Gold.
Pinstripe.
Okay. That kind of like that.
Exactly. Yeah. The UPS. This is more. I actually do remember seeing this bike. I think it's maybe already left. This is like root beer, but it's got metallic flake in it.
I can see it.
It's really cool.
That's really sharp.
Well, we didn't get this one.
Nope, and I'm okay. I'm okay to not get this one.
That's a first.
That looks so good.
Very nice. Kind of reminds me of maybe what no, Duesenbergs didn't have metallic flake, but they did do a brown, beautiful browns. Like a lot of those early 20s, early 20th century cars.
Man.
Look at that. Nice. Ooh, there you go.
That looks, let's go back to that one. That one's a good picture. My brother's a UPS man. He would love this.
Nice.
He'd actually probably hate it because he's
too much brown.
Yeah, too much brown.
Well done,
Wow.
Richard. Well done.
Richard.
You lived up to your name. I mean, just check out this. This has got headlight visor. We got brushed exhaust, standard fenders, double pinstripe gold and black, gold feather logo, saddlebags.
Man, that's
Very
a
nice.
sharp looking motorcycle. Up next, you'll never believe it.
So once again, we have Richard with a 450 Halcyon. This time, this is not the same Richard.
It's a different Richard.
With this time a number 403. And I'm not going to go with my other color option. I'm going to say...
Reminds me of chocolate pudding. Ooh.
I'm going to say black.
Black. Oh,
I haven't seen one in recent history, but
I'm going to guess white.
oh, well, you're out of luck. I haven't seen a white bike in a while.
Come on, you can't say that after I guess.
Oh, we got another black in the vote.
Black. What about
Pea green?
Pea green. What would be closest? Would it just be BGR?
Pea green would be Indy Racing Green, which is
Racing
actually
Green.
Sirius is from the UK. It's actually, and he has a Caterham. It's actually the closest to real British Racing Green.
Okay. Red. Okay. Yep. I feel confident.
NASCAR racer Dale Jarrett was sponsored by UPS. Raced a brown car. Nice. Important information. Important trivia. Thank you, Mike.
Okay. Satin OD. Ooh, that's a good guess. Satin OD
Satin
seems.
OD. That might actually win.
BRG. Okay. I'm sticking with my white. I have to. As per
You've committed.
the very official rules that we've written out and that we read every day. Definitely didn't make this game up on the fly. Coming together
Top
here.
plate. We got your Vincent style rear suspension. Oh, we got this is Oxblood Red. One of my favorite. Look at that. And this by the way, folks, breaks in beautifully.
Yeah.
It's one of those kinds of leathers that you can take your fingernail and scratch it and then just rub it
And it goes away.
Disappears completely.
That's cool. I like that.
It's cream.
There's no way it's cream.
It's white.
It's white.
All right, nicely done. All right,
Let's go.
Did you cheat on this?
I wish, because that would explain why I knew that one.
Wow,
That looks
coming
really
in,
good.
coming in with a win there.
That was out of left field. I
with
will
black
say.
pinstripe.
Man, that looks sharp.
That's very crisp.
Ooh.
And we don't. We used to see the deluxe tanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We do not see them much anymore.
I think it's because we changed to the
logo?
feather and the badge. I think that's
But that is one of the very unique things to a Janus tank.
Yeah.
They have the polished aluminum. That is the tank metal
Yeah.
showing through there. It's polished.
that's super cool. Super cool. I love the contrast that it provides.
Mm-hmm.
Adds some depth to the tank, even more than it already has. With the oxblood too, it looks super
Ooh,
sharp.
look at that shot, folks. Look at that gold. This is the first layer of paint and pinstripe that Kelly puts down. And only Kelly can do these feather logos. But then she'll go over it with black and do the outline. And then
I don't know how. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me how it's possible to put everything where it needs to go in order to paint it. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't compute in my brain. This is a California bike.
it does look like cream in this picture.
It does look like. Gosh dang it! I don't know if it's.
That looks like cream to me. I'm not trying to steal your victory there.
It looked like white before,
It
but
did look. I was going to give it to you.
in these, it looks like cream.
Oh, the comments will tell. They have good monitors.
Right, they've got. Man,
looks like
that
cream.
looks so good.
Looks really
I
good.
think it is cream. Dang it, my victory's been receded. Okay, what do we think, chat? Is it white or is it?
It's cream.
Yeah, it's cream.
Well,
dang it.
I was willing to give it to you. That shows how bad the monitor is.
Hey,
folks.
it's trash. Cream for sure.
Okay.
Off white.
It doesn't change the fact that it's a very good looking bike.
It still looks.
What was my vote?
Yours
Black.
Yeah. Which made me guess white.
Cool.
Up next, we have Richard. I'm just kidding. This is Glenn's Halcyon 450. It's number 404.
Got a nice shot of the oil tank there.
With the little turtle top.
Beautiful aluminum piece. These tanks are concealed. You never really see it, but this is an incredible piece of machined and welded aluminum.
Looks so good.
There's the cap. Rear transom. Verticals. Horizontal installed. Suspension.
Oh, we didn't guess.
Oh, we didn't guess. Ooh.
We're just going through.
I'm going to go with...
Sirius Black says mustard yellow.
I'm going to go with red. Cardinal red.
Okay, you and Len are on the cardinal red, not vintage. Cardinal?
Yeah.
Okay. We got black, vintage red. I am going... Ooh, getting a little click happy. I am going to guess...
Purple? Nice.
I'm sure that was really pleasing to your guys' ears. Come
on, Jason.
British Racing Green.
Cool.
Okay, here we go.
Look at those machine bits.
You normally
in there.
don't see
you don't see this shot.
Yeah.
This is the entire thing you're looking at here is all machined within 5 miles of the shop. So
It's
the top plate
so
itself
cool.
is a beautiful piece of billet aluminum with these chamfers on it. The fork top nut, the hex nut, is machined out of stainless steel. Beautiful piece. It's one of my favorite pieces on the whole bike. And then the handlebar clamps are also machined. Those are out of 6061 aluminum.
Gosh, it's such a good looking, combo.
One change, it's just a little trivia. It used to be that those top clamps were bolted in all the way through with the 2 bolts.
Yeah.
Now we have a recessed bolt, that kind of blue colored bolt, and the top plate is actually has a little indent, and so it helped with when the assembly team was putting it together that it doesn't shift around.
Right, it locates it so you can put the bolt in.
Yep.
That's nice.
Twin rear shocks hidden under the seat. We got a saddle brown seat. What color did I? Cardinal red.
Cardinal red.
That was kind of bad on him. That was a little bit of a wild shot. Handlebars, exhaust systems.
Okay.
Ooh, we got.
Oh, there is a yellow. Oh,
I think that's orange, and I think the one behind it that looks orange is red.
No way.
I think it is.
I mean, this is a very nice assortment of colors.
It is. Look at that blue.
Gosh, it's blue.
It's blue.
Another blue bike.
You know, I almost said blue.
Gosh dang it. Who guessed blue? Someone guessed blue.
Someone did guess blue.
In the chat. Custom blue.
Are you sure this is blue?
What else could it be?
Custom blue.
Is it a custom blue? Is it this like our Americana blue? What do we call that?
I honestly can't tell, and I'm sick and tired of not being able to see the color. I'm so glad that
it'll change tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week. I think that
looks like yellow and blue, and I think it's orange. All right, let's just keep going.
We're gonna
get over this.
Yep.
Okay, it's blue.
That's pretty
beautiful.
blue.
I'm just gonna
blue.
guess that this is our American blue.
Okay. With the
gonna guess
with a cream.
No, gold and blue.
Gold.
Is that gold and black or gold and blue? I'm tired of it.
Fighting Irish bike.
Yeah, nice.
Go Notre Dame. I think those are fighting words here.
That was not the same bike.
We didn't see that. No one saw that. Look,
right, we're back. We're back.
There it is.
We got fishtail exhaust, or not fishtail, ducktail exhaust. This is very nice.
That's a good looking bike.
So this is kind of like you got British Racing Green and French Racing Blue.
That's a good little combo.
It's very nice.
Knobby tires. A little gold wheel pinstripe. Wow.
I really like that.
I like the brown with the blue. I think it makes the brown pop.
It really does.
Well.
Nice shots of it too.
404.
Well done, Glenn.
Glenn, he absolutely crushed it.
Look at that shot right there.
There's that outline that you were talking about.
Look at that shot.
That's crazy. Great looking bike, Glenn.
Like a desktop right there.
Yeah, do it now. Hurry. Wow. What a good look. Man, I think that blue might be my favorite color. I feel like I say that every time I see a different color. I'm like, oh, that's my favorite.
Well, you didn't say that the poem this week was your favorite poem.
That is true, because it wasn't. But
I'm just keep getting better. You like every poem better and better.
I know. I think it's just because I'm getting more acquainted to poems. Hold on. What does he say? Ellsberg says, yeah, I'll say it. I don't care for mismatched logo and pinstripe colors.
He doesn't like them?
That's valid. Like the gold and the, say you get a, what would you prefer, Ellsberg? Keep the gold. Oh, keep the gold with gold and copper with copper.
Oh, okay. So maybe we weren't seeing the colors there. I don't know. I couldn't tell if there was a gold or copper.
I couldn't
but
either.
We will soon. But sometimes the pinstripe shouldn't match, I think. I agree with you. Copper and gold, it's a real hard mix. But like if you have black pinstripe on a, let's just say a cream bike, you can still go with gold feather logo.
I think
perfectly
so too.
fine, in my opinion.
I think so too. I think it's sharp. Now, what thing did you bring for us?
Oh yeah, I've got a good one. So a little backstory on it.
As most things have.
I have to, right? I spent a significant amount of time in Rome in school, undergrad, and then again twice in grad school. And my middle daughter is born not in Rome but in Genoa. Anyway, studying art and architecture, reading poetry, and one of the things that I learned about was there's a midden heap. You know what a midden heap is, Jansen?
Richard, why would you even ask me such a silly question?
It's not really a midden. I mean, it is. It's a midden. It's really just a trash pile. It's basically a landfill.
A midden heap?
Yes.
Is a trash pile.
Yeah. So, on the downstream on the Tiber, which is the river that goes through Rome, there's the ships used to be able to sail all the way up to Rome. Okay. And they would deliver. Can you imagine what the ancient Romans were just like consuming massive quantities of?
Wine.
In addition to wine.
No. Well, I know because I know what the thing is.
Oh, you know what it is?
Well, it's
Did I tell you what was in it?
Probably olive oil, right?
Olive oil. Yeah. So
I should have pretended. I should have
pretended. I couldn't remember. Anyway, they consumed massive amounts of olive oil. Sorry, folks on the mic. And the olive oil was shipped to Rome in clay vessels, and they were called amphora. And so they were like these big, kind of shaped like pointy on the bottom. So they had to have something that held them up.
Interesting.
And they had two handles on the top. Anyway, once they got to Rome, they just smashed them, and they put them all in a giant pile. And there's a giant. It's called the Monte Testaccio in Rome, and it's a mountain. It's like things are built on it.
So
it's like 130 feet high, and I'm sure it was a lot taller in ancient Rome.
Why did they smash them?
I don't think that you could really reuse them.
Oh.
So I'm not sure the exact reasoning there, or but they wouldn't want to ship all these big things back. They would just make them because they're really cheap to make.
Yeah.
Anyway, my wife got me a gift, and the guy he used to teach in Rome, who we were picking, it was a Facebook Marketplace thing. What? But he threw in. He's like, hey, I got some pieces of testacci from Monte Testaccio. I was like, wait, what? I know all about that.
Wow, that just so happens to line up with my current interests.
And he gave me a book called Frammenti, which is his pictures of Rome.
Is this guy your best friend now, or?
I didn't actually get to meet him. Anyway, this is the lid of the amphora would have been here, and this is the top handle for one of the sides. Okay. So this dates from like probably the 1st or 2nd century AD in ancient Rome.
That's bizarre.
So this is how they got their olive oil.
What's it make? Is it just clay?
It's just clay. Yeah. I mean, it's probably it's been baked.
Yeah.
But
it wouldn't be like fossilized, right? Like
no, it's not fossilized. It's just like it's just a fragment. Just like how rough it is. Like these things this is like mass production.
It's crazy that thousands.
Yeah, thousands. You can say that.
Generally thousands of
almost
years
2,000 years ago.
Someone's hands.
Yeah.
Made this, and now we are holding it.
That's pretty neat.
That's pretty wild.
I have 2 pieces. The second one has a little numbers on it. Because they would every single. This one's cooler because the other one's just a piece of pottery. This one has the handle, but they would measure how much it weighed before they put the olive oil in it, and then they would measure it how much it weighed afterwards, and they could calculate the volume. So they were very sophisticated systems. These people were, these were coming from Spain.
Right.
These were being produced in Spain. Olive oil was produced in Spain and then shipped to Rome. And I mean, they were just consuming. They said that it's the largest refuse pile from antiquity in existence. And I mean, we're talking like millions and millions of amphora.
Ancient logistics.
We're way more advanced than we think.
It blows my mind. Like, because you can't just like call. You can't just be like, hey, Spain, this is me, Rome. I would like olive oil, please. You got to send someone there. Or they've got to send someone to like over the ocean.
This is what was this was the case until like less than 200 years ago.
It's bizarre to me.
Until the invention of the telegraph.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty. Anyway, mass production.
That's wild.
But mass production.
Is it an heirloom?
This is an heirloom, I think. I'll probably write on it somewhere what it is.
Yeah.
So my great grandchildren don't throw it away.
Don't put it in another trash pile.
Yeah, in another landfill.
Soon there's going to be just all of those spread out to different ones. Isn't it interesting
though that sometimes that one man's trash is another man's treasure? That literally this is Roman trash.
Yeah. I wonder what things that we throw away today are going to end up like that.
Well, remember that I got to bring in that book.
The one that
Motel of the Mysteries.
Yeah.
Because that would be a good thing to talk about. Anyway, here's our thing.
That's a really good thing.
Piece of an amphora or testaccio, which is Italian for shard of pottery.
That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Confine Yank says, Richard, a buddy of mine does pottery in South Carolina. Well, tell him to make one of these.
Well, it just so happens that Goshen, Indiana is a cultural center of pottery.
Which is very cool.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, there's a lot of major potters in, that one and this one made by my friend Cody.
There you go.
This one, by the way, I just found it. I was looking for it. This is, we used to sell these. This is supposed to be a piston, and it's actually 229 cc's.
Man, you couldn't make it any better, really.
That's two things for the price of one.
Wow.
Pottery. And I'll make it a testaccio right now, and I drop it.
Yeah, just break it. We'll just make one right in between us and not use it as a center table. I make flower pots in Connecticut, says Guy Wolf. That's pretty cool. 2,000 years ago, just as smart, but in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for real.
Yep.
Was a kid? Sorry, it's hard to read.
When was a kid? We went through on the farm dump piles to look for antique glass jars and medicine bottles. I have found like 5 arrowheads in my life. Yeah, I grew up in an old farm in Virginia, and they were like, I think they were actually sinkholes, old collapsed caves, and people would just dump all their junk in them. That was like how you got rid of stuff, or they would burn in their trash.
Right.
This is 100.
Great for the environment.
Yeah. Actually, I knew a guy who still burned his trash. And
good.
Oh, the Amish still burn their trash.
Yeah, well.
But they would just fill these holes with their trash, and so as a kid, you had to be really careful because of the tin, cans and stuff. But the medicine bottles and like little tiny bottles, like the blue glass, just beautiful and fascinating. Yeah, always fun to look through.
There's some cool like old, even Coke bottles. I feel like the old glass ones, like the old glass ones, are really cool.
It's like a beach glass. You ever go collect beach glass? It's really fun to do on the, especially up in Michigan.
Yeah.
Colors.
There's like a special rock in Lake Michigan, isn't there? Wow,
Petoskey stone.
What an interesting ramble stream we're having today.
Petoskey stones. I know all about them.
We need to talk about the theme of today's show. Kelly, thank you so much for keeping us on track. Yeah. First, though, before we get into the question, is a 14 horsepower motorcycle really dangerous? We've got some announcements, just a few.
Oh, yeah.
This stream has been brought to you by Janus Motorcycles. First announcement. Second announcement. We're having our annual Black Friday sale. Richard, what is it?
Kicked off today, and it is 50% off of all options and upgrades.
Which is,
I think we've never done that before.
One of the best ones we've done.
So 50% off all options and upgrades through Cyber Monday. We're going to go ahead and say.
This is if you buy a new motorcycle.
This is only on new bikes.
Yeah.
Yep. And we also are offering 50% off of shipping if paid in full.
Yeah, off your delivery.
Delivery, which can be a real savings.
Yeah.
We're really excited. We're we're growing, and one of the things that helps us grow is getting a little more payment up front.
Mhm.
So we're incentivizing that with our new promotion. You'll be seeing lots more about that in the coming weeks.
Yes.
But we encourage you. Now's a good time. If you don't already ramble on a Janus, this is a good time to get one.
If you're teetering, if you will, if you're on the fence, now's a perfect time to jump. Doodle.
Doodle, our dear Carolyn, just finished a ride across the United States.
Very cool.
She arrived in Los Angeles at the Santa Monica Pier over the weekend.
Nice.
She, oddly enough, did not have any death wobbles or crash.
Isn't that bizarre?
I know. I mean, even though she was riding such a dangerous motorcycle.
Man, isn't that crazy?
I just previewed her. She's got in touch with me and said she was doing well. So we're really excited. There will be not just one, but many videos about the whole experience.
Yeah.
More stuff coming out.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And last but not least, we've got 3 used Janus motorcycles for sale on our website. You can either buy them on the website, or you can call us and talk to Mitch.
Talk to Mitch. He's been given liberty to offer some specials.
Yeah. So there's incentive to give us a call and talk to Mitch.
Yeah.
I posted the link if you guys want to check out those listings. You can go to our website, janusmotorcycles.com, and check out the little tab that says new or used and demo inventory.
We're trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, we've just got 3 left. So the faster they're out, the better. Now, Richard, is a 14 horsepower motorcycle dangerous?
Yes.
Explain. This feels like when we do our little short form questions. I ask you a semi long question and you just answer with yes or no.
No, I don't. I go. I know. I'm pretty good at making stuff up on the fly. Except for now. No. I think that I learned a lot talking to and watching the Fortnite video. I think he just does such a good job of talking about what a Janus is, and the fact that they are dangerous.
Right.
They're just dangerous in a different way than all the other motorcycles, though.
Right. I was going to say they're dangerous, but isn't that the point a little bit?
I think so. What I would say is that the one thing that Janus does faster than any other motorcycle is let you get to your limits and the limits of the motorcycle.
Yeah.
That's what it does faster.
Yeah. It really pushes you to an extent of your skill level.
Yep.
Very, very quickly. And that's not saying that
well, on a bigger bike, on a Hayabusa, you got a lot of miles per hour to get through.
Yeah.
To get to the point where the bike is at its limit.
Right.
I mean, a high-powered motorcycle at 100 miles an hour is thrilling. Mm-hmm. I'm sure. I know, but you're not pushing the limits of the bike.
Yeah.
You may be pushing your, what the limits of your intelligence, but for doing so, but that's what they're designed for.
What do you think? So I think that there are completely different feelings of. I would like for you to kind of try to articulate the difference between pushing your limits on a bigger motorcycle with more horsepower versus pushing your limits on a Janus.
Well, I think we all know what pushing your limits on a Ducati, there's different ways you could do that, I guess. I mean, there's the classic story of just not being smart. And, it's a lot of horsepower we're talking about here on these bikes.
Right.
And you can very easily get yourself in a lot of trouble at low speeds.
Yeah.
You can run into the back of a car. You can lose control. There's just a lot of things that can happen on a powerful bike that just kind of come with the territory.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that just happens because you're riding a powerful bike. Now, on a lighter weight, smaller bike, you can also get into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
You're on the road with cars. You can be the bike is too slow to be going on the interstate, for example. We don't necessarily design the 250 to be a interstate motorcycle. We say that all the time too, even though we do it.
Yeah. Because that even.
Yeah. Well, what it comes down to for me though is that the Halcyon is it's an antidote.
Hmm.
And what I'm trying to do, and what we've realized, but the reason that I fell in love with motorcycles is because of their immediacy.
Yeah.
And the sensation of riding the bike. Now you've heard me talk about this, but like if you go back to like mopeds, which is like the most basic form of it, we would hop them up to go, 40, 50, 60,
Terrifying.
75 miles an hour. Absolutely not what they're designed for.
Yeah.
Extremely dangerous.
I mean, you got those tiny tires.
Tiny little, basically bicycle tires.
Uh-huh.
But it was so much fun.
Right.
And now that's not what we're trying to do with it. I don't want to get anybody wrong. Like the Halcyon is perfectly happy at anywhere from 35, 45, 55. I mean, they'll go up to 70 miles an hour depending on how much wind resistance you have.
Right.
But they're designed for 2-lane roads and putzing around.
Yeah.
But at the same time, by removing the barriers that are between you and that sensation, there's immediate feedbacks that a vehicle can give you. Like, let's talk about cars.
Yeah.
Like power steering, power brakes, ABS, all these things that we kind of take for granted.
Mm-hmm.
If you drive like that Caterham that Sirius was talking about, it doesn't need them. They're visceral.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is just like with like a film camera.
Mm-hmm.
A film camera, you don't need to have 2 gigabytes of memory to store all the information because it's just on it's a photographic image.
It's already stored.
The definition is almost like unachievable without just massive amounts of data.
Right.
The same thing is the feedback that you get is literally the road into your hands.
Yeah.
Instead of it being mediated with all these different electronic systems and stuff so you get this very fuzzy, in the words of Matthew Crawford, fuzzy feedback. And that's fine if all you want to do is get to work.
Right.
And safely.
Yeah.
But if your goal is to ride a motorcycle and feel, then what our goal is to create a motorcycle that heightens that.
Yeah.
And that's what all motorcycles are about, in my opinion. Now, yes, you can claim that by dispensing with ABS and with rear suspension, you're making a dangerous motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's a very specific thing, and it's designed for a very specific use case.
Right. I rode my XSR 900. I think it was close to 10,000 miles in 2 seasons.
Nice.
I didn't once have my motorcycle activate ABS.
Really? No kidding.
Not once.
You didn't try it?
I was too scared. I had that thing on B mode for probably a solid 2 months.
Yeah.
But and I'm not attributing that to my ability as a writer, right? Yeah. But I think we often have these mental, this might be getting a little too deep into it, that we have these mental roadblocks that we've placed in our head that tells us that we need this safety feature in order for something to be safe.
The defender of ABS would say, well, thankfully, you were never in a scenario where you had to lock up.
Right.
Where you were almost rear-ending somebody or something like that. And that's where that ABS would kick in and overcome it. Right. But the point that I think that what we're making is that there's a use case for that.
Yeah.
And there's a use case for just being able to maintain a pure vehicle that doesn't have to have all these things.
Right.
Like a Caterham or a Lotus, well, maybe not a modern Lotus, but like a Morgan.
Yeah.
They're visceral cars that allow you to have that connection.
Porsche.
An old Volkswagen Bug.
Yeah.
Like so many cars. I mean, we're just highlighting a couple.
Right.
A modern Miata in a lot of ways still has more of that quality than
a Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah. Some people would complain that they're all, vibrate and all this stuff, but other people love that.
Right.
But there's an aspect of, it's like, this is an activity that we choose to do.
Mm-hmm.
And think about horseback riding.
My example was like bull riding.
Well, that's like somewhat of an adrenaline junkies, like, you know, you're really going out there, but like, just think about riding.
Yeah.
And jumping fences and or just
Going
riding.
through the
There's
bush.
a danger involved.
Yeah.
You can break your neck,
Yeah.
and it happens. It does happen.
Right.
And they wear helmets for a reason. But like, in that activity, you've always had a level of ability of agency and this ability to live more
Right.
in doing so. And I think we want to contrast that with being a daredevil
Mm-hmm.
or like trying to, like, an adrenaline junkie where
Mhm.
you're just trying to find this, you know, skydiving,
Where's
and
the
bungee jumping.
Where's the line?
Right, but that's not what we're talking about. This is an opportunity where the regular person can experience the same the thrills, and I don't mean that in like a thrills and spills and you know,
Right.
but like this experience of living
Yeah.
that is connected to a long history of like human activities that are they're not concerned so much with pure efficiency
Right.
or pure safety.
Right.
And we're still get to get away with this stuff. It's amazing.
And it seems like our human history has always kind of circled back to things that make us feel like what riding a small displacement bike or riding a horse or like doing all those things that make us feel connected. There's always like the human desire always comes back to
Sailing.
Right. Like to what makes us feel connected to the place or to the thing that we're on.
And these are things that take skill.
Yeah.
They take skill and they take experience. And if they didn't involve a certain level of, let's just go ahead and say it, danger.
Yeah.
Then they wouldn't be worth doing.
Yeah.
I mean, because I just think it's hilarious that we're talking about these little 14 horsepower bikes that go, you know, highways, you know, well, not highway, regular speeds. They have good brakes. They're, you know, whatever they lighting, everything is, and then you're comparing it to these high powered bikes that regularly you see they can go 130 miles an hour. Is just like, you're probably still in like fourth or fifth gear.
Right.
Just
with room to go. Like
with plenty of room to go.
Right. And
it's just funny to me.
I don't think this is to discount like, yeah, this is dangerous. Yeah, this is it just because it's not going 130 miles an hour doesn't make it safer by any means, right? But to say to use the words, and I think we can just like, we've kind of been smeared a little bit on YouTube and on social media for being like a dangerous motorcycle, and it's being attributed to poor design or like bad tires.
And the comment is always like, all you have to do is just look at that and you know. And you're
Right.
like, well, hold on.
But
so you just looked at it and you made your mind up?
It's like, okay, well then that proves our point. First off, that like you obviously haven't ridden one of these, and you obviously don't understand why you're riding a motorcycle in the first place. And that might seem crap, like a bunch of crap, but
if you don't like it, go somewhere else.
Right. If you want to go 130 miles an hour on something, don't get a Janus.
Yeah.
Like I think,
or if you can't live without ABS.
Yeah. Or if
maybe you shouldn't even be riding a motorcycle.
No, yeah, right. Well, if you're not constantly aware of the danger that is this activity, then why are you riding motorcycles?
Yeah, there's another aspect to it that I think that Crawford also talks about, and I've seen some good. Well, I think even Fort 9 talked about it a little bit. Is the idea that a motorcycle that is this visceral, it constantly reminds you of how dangerous it is.
Yeah.
Whereas you can get on a larger, heavier, more tech-laden bike,
yeah,
and you can kind of forget what's going on. You really can, and this has happened to me.
Well,
you just kind of like, okay, whatever, and you just but that, once again, the reason I don't really focus on that argument first is that I go back to the sensation,
yeah,
and the idea that we want to be able to feel this immediacy, with the experience, and there's no way around that.
Right.
That if you want that, then you need to have a machine that you can actually control. and that you are controlling,
Yeah.
not that it's doing all the work for you.
Right.
Because that's a car.
Well, I think Yami did a really good job again
Yeah.
at explaining like why we do the things we do, especially when he compared this $15,000. I don't know what he was writing, but it was
like a Tenere.
Was it a Yamaha?
I'm not sure what it was.
It was just this big
No, it was
adventure
an
bike.
Africa Twin.
Okay, it was this big adventure bike, and he's going over the same bump, this same 2x4, and it's like he's floating over it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's what that thing is for. Like,
well, not only that, but that's what, if you want that,
right,
then good. But if you want a motorcycle that gives you, that you actually you're able to reach your limit and the limit of the motorcycle,
yeah,
then you don't want that.
right,
Because the limit of that motorcycle is well beyond most people's limit.
yeah,
And so that's why I kind of started this conversation with the idea that the one thing that Janus does faster is it lets you reach your limits. And what comes with that necessarily is that you need to know your limits.
yeah, yeah,
And that's just like any rambling activity, whether it's mountaineering or whatever you need. When we say it takes agency, agency it has consequences.
yeah.
Like it's on you. It's on you.
And there's so much like power in that.
Yeah, because what you get of it, if you use it, if you pursue that agency correctly with skill and training and experience and forethought, care, attention, then the reward is you get the sensation of agency,
right,
getting in the zone.
Right.
If you don't, then you risk your life,
death. Right.
I mean, really.
Right.
But that's no different than on a higher tech bike.
Yeah.
It's just that limit is further out.
Yeah.
We've built a machine that the factor of safety exceeds the general use case. And you see what I'm saying there?
Explain that a little bit. I don't
so
think I understand.
like if you think of like an engineering term, like the factor of safety is like on the use case where the bolt the bolt will ever foresee.
Yeah.
Is like this. You make sure that it doesn't fail. It would have to like
far beyond.
Okay. What it ever will experience.
Yeah.
And that's the amount that it goes past. It would be the factor of safety.
Gotcha.
And so what a Janus does is it lower that the factor of safety is closer to what we experience within our regular riding.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so you are able and you risk at the same, those two things go hand in hand.
Right.
And so it does demand more of the rider. I mean, I don't know if I can even add anything to that.
Yeah.
It's a more demanding machine.
Yeah.
But it's also in return it gives more.
It demands more and it gives more. Does that make it more dangerous then?
It makes it more dangerous if you push those limits.
Yeah.
Like the exact same thing. Well, maybe it's actually not as dangerous because I don't want to say that. I want to say it's dangerous. But like let me just finish that out.
Yeah.
Is that if you if you make one mistake at that limit of a Janus, that you can have, I mean, it can be very dangerous.
Yeah.
And mortally dangerous.
Yeah.
But if you get to that point and you make a mistake on a,
Hayabusa,
Ninja 1000, or whatever you were talking about, Hayabusa, Ducati, you're probably going to be dead.
Right.
Pancake, because you're going 100 and something miles an hour.
Right.
The repercussions for any error, even though you've got ABS and all these things, are much, much, much higher. So
right.
Yeah.
This is where I think I've concluded. Yes, the Halcyon 250 is the most dangerous motorcycle in the world.
Thank you.
But isn't that the point? Isn't it supposed to be dangerous? Isn't it supposed to help you feel connected to the world around you and the ride itself? You look at a lot of the people that I look up to did dangerous things. within their ability. All the people that I think are cool did dangerous things within their ability.
I mean,
and
if
got
you don't want
really
to do,
good
if
at
you don't
them.
want to do anything dangerous, then don't ride a motorcycle.
Right. Don't
For
don't,
goodness sake.
Don't leave your house. Don't drive your car. Don't
Well, you can
walk
take it
on
that
the
extreme,
sidewalk.
but I mean, to get out and ride something that doesn't even stand up on its own,
Right.
like just drive a car around. I mean, it's fine.
Right.
Like if you don't want danger, that's nobody's going to judge you. I mean,
Well.
I'll secretly judge you, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's actually hilarious.
It comes back to, I think, the agency piece.
Yeah.
Of like, I think that's the root of all
and
of
efficiency
this.
and this idea that everything has to be super, super safe.
Yes.
And comfortable.
Yeah.
So what we stand in stark, we disagree with that thesis.
Yeah.
Any good comments?
Yeah, tons. I know that Janus McDonald's rider was trying to get me to buy the used 250. Kelly says, the last time I went skiing, I ran into a tree showing off in front of girls. How was your agency feeling? Tomorrow's guaranteed to no one. Yeah, isn't that the truth? Let's see. Stay in bed if you don't want danger. Jumping 14 buses on a Harley Davidson XR 750 is rather dangerous.
Evil Knievel.
Evil, yeah, that's pretty dangerous. But look at the fandom that man has.
Yeah, but I mean, he was a daredevil.
Yeah, well,
he what did he claim? He broke every bone in his body. I mean, he's amazing. He didn't die.
Listen, I just think there's so many ties. Like, yeah,
I'm not claiming that everybody has to be a daredevil.
No, but I think that what he had in spades, if we had a drop of.
Yeah, I think you're right in some sense that like we all do. The beauty of motor racing, for example, is that there's something. These people have chosen to risk for a great risk. For the reward is that they are exercising an incredible amount of skill, and dedication and agency, and they're trusting other people, and they're engaged in this spectacular. It's a spectacle. It's amazing. They're players in a great game that has been going on. We go back and the Shield of Achilles has depicted on it a chariot race.
Yeah.
Same thing.
That's
and
cool.
then they were very dangerous.
That's cool. You look back at like ancient history and everyone looks up to the guys who like did great in war.
And the riding a motorcycle or riding a horse in previous eras is sort of like that you're tapping into that energy of it's a pursuit of excellence. Yeah. And that cannot you want to try and measure that on level of like efficiency and safety?
Wrong scale. This is a really good point. From Mike Skidmore. He says, do you feel danger on a jet at 35,000 feet going 600 miles an hour?
That's a great example because that's what that gets to the point I always make, that speed is not a number. Yeah. It's a sensation. Yeah. And that's a perfect illustration. Right. You're going 600 miles an hour
at 35,000
and you're
feet.
just like reading like
I'm gonna play my Candy Crush.
Exactly.
Like, are you kidding?
It comes with proximity.
Yeah.
And immediacy. Yeah. Like that's one of the reasons that people love the Caterhams or a Miata is you're close to the road, and that gives you a greater sensation of speed.
That's why I like my Tesla.
Really, because they were lower.
Low.
Yep. Yeah.
A little dig, a little bit of a.
Go for it.
There's so many good comments, y'all. I'm sorry we got into this one and I didn't even I didn't look over and take a look at them. I think
what is danger?
To kind of identify like what danger actually is might be a fun practice, because I think there are different definitions for each person to know what danger is, right? Like there's a textbook
I think it's
definition,
right? I think we could probably all agree that danger is it's when there is a greater risk of injury. Yeah. And I don't think that I don't think what we're calling for is for people to be. I mean, obviously we're talking a little bit of tongue in cheek here,
right?
To be daredevils or endanger life and limb. What we're saying is that we should participate in activities where where we am I going to say this? Where we have a choice.
Yeah.
For it to be dangerous or not.
Right.
And where we can exercise our skill to with where there's a stake, something at stake that's greater than just like dying in a video game. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not real.
Right.
Whereas like riding a motorcycle and taking a corner a little bit faster than, I'm not saying like dangerous. I'm just saying like getting better.
Right.
I love talking about that. Like
doing it
every time you do it
intentionally,
and where the stakes matter.
Yeah.
And that's where I think what we're trying to do with this wonderful machine, the motorcycle, is to lower that threshold of where where that zone is between your skill and your and danger.
Yeah.
So you can find that in your everyday riding.
Yeah.
Without and then the repercussions at 45 miles an hour are dangerous, but it's not like you don't have to go to a racetrack to experience this.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. That's what motorcycles are about. There's no point in defending the danger of motorcycles to people. I'm sorry. Like, if you don't understand that, then why are you even talking about motorcycles? That's why we do it.
Right.
Because they don't stand up. Like, there's no cage around. There's no seatbelt. There's no airbag unless you have an airbag suit or whatever.
Got to pay $19.95 per month to make sure that works.
Right. But on top of that, of course, wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Take appropriate measures, and in some cases that might be ABS.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with these things in the right such scenario.
Right.
But what we're trying to create is a machine that does these things.
The purest form of it.
In its purest form.
Yeah.
And allows you to experience that thrill, that proximity. I like that even more than like the visceralness, the proximity of speed.
Yeah.
In your everyday riding.
Yeah.
Without risking life and limb. So
I think that's a good way to cap it. Don't you?
200 times more deaths on a motorcycle than in cars, yeah. Per mile.
That makes sense.
I believe it.
Simtech, I don't know if I can find the comment, but he said, I find going 6 miles an hour on a skateboard is terrifying. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go 600 miles an hour, 35,000 feet up in the air in an airplane and just be fine reading your magazine, playing Candy Crush. But you can go 6 miles an hour on a skateboard and be absolutely terrified.
Yeah.
And I think those two, a Janus lies right in the middle.
So the most dangerous motorcycle in the world. We'll take the title.
We'll take the title. We should make belts like WWE belts. That'd be kind of fun. Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight on this lovely Ramble stream, episode number 102. If you guys are...
is it 102 or 103?
It's 103. Thank
you.
Numbers are hard. 103. Thank you for joining us. If you guys, are feeling up to it next week, our membership button's
going to be ready?
It's going to be ready to go unless YouTube says absolutely not for whatever reason, which I doubt would happen.
Okay. Stay tuned for Doodle on a Motorcycles.
Yes.
Video. It should be coming out like probably next week. I mean, it may be after our next Ramble stream, but
yeah. And then the Black Friday sale.
And the Black Friday sale.
50% off all. Well,
upgrades and options.
Upgrades and
on
options.
A new build. On a new build.
On a new build, and then 50% off if you pay 50% off delivery if you pay full price. We will see you next week for episode number 104.
Bye-bye.
Bye.